All right, so a lot of people say that Kim Kardashian doesn't have any talent, but I'm here to tell you she's worth $150 million. So if she doesn't have a talent, then I would say her talent is making money because whatever she's doing is working. My thing is this: there's a lot of beautiful women out here. There's a lot of women with sex tapes. There's a lot of stuff that goes on. There's flat out full blown porn stars who look better than Kim Kardashian. You know what I'm saying? Not all of them, not a lot of them, but some of them do, you know? And she still has them beat by millions, hundreds of millions of dollars. So my thing is this: if she doesn't have a talent, let's look at what we can learn from her. So I'm going to tell you why she's really rich, and you wish you can get the type of money that she has. Kim Kardashian uses a a technique that I learned about in a book by this author named Robert Cialdini. Now he's the master of sales. He's the master of anything about influence because he's like one of the first researchers who actually went and tried to organize and put out a succinct, complete book on influence and how to persuade people and things like that. So it's like, it's pretty much like the Bible when it comes to sales. Like everybody who's in business reads this book called, I think it's called Influence. That's what I think it's called. It might be called Persuasion. But anyway, he just wrote a new book called Persuasion, right? And one of the laws that I've noticed from his book that correlates with Kim Kardashian is the idea of attention, getting attention. Now, obviously, that's like obvious. Okay, Kim Kardashian is the most popular celebrity there is. Now, the thing about Kim Kardashian and the thing about attention and why it's so powerful is explained in his book. He talks about an unfair technique that's not completely moral that a lot of persuaders use. And really quick, the book Persuasion is about how to get influence, how to get people to say yes, but not directly related to selling them. It's like, what can you do ahead of time to make them more likely to be susceptible to your influence? So basically, he talks about getting attention. Now, the technique, the immoral technique is whenever you ask someone like a question that's basically, it only has one response and it has to do with feeling. Like if a cult follower, if he asks you, are you happy? Or are you sad? Or something like that. A lot of people are going to search for, it's automatically going to make their brain search for every little thing that's in their life that's they're not happy about. You know what I mean? If you ask people, are you happy or are you sad? Then their mind naturally is going to cling to and pick up all these other things that they wouldn't have picked up if you just asked them one thing. So that has a lot to do with your attention. Whatever you focus on is a real big deal. You know what I mean? So with her, again, she's not the most attractive female ever. She's a very attractive woman. You know what I mean? She's very attractive, but she's not the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I'm pretty sure she's not the most beautiful woman that you've seen. But she has the most attention, and she's beautiful. So that's all that matters. That's all that matters. That's all that people are going to be focused on, is how beautiful she is, because she has everybody's eyeballs. You know what I mean? So what you got to do is you got to get attention at all costs. It's very, very important. Like, it's such a huge deal to make sure that you're out there, that you're noticed. Even if you have to make a sex tape. Even if you have to make a sex tape, ladies, you know what I mean? Get that attention And whatever your strength is, it's going to be blown up just because you're the only person who everybody's focused on right now. So it's going to be your attributes are going to be blown up in their mind. And that's the reason why she's always doing something, whether it's this new, a lot of people don't believe that she actually got robbed. I don't know. I kind of believe it, but at the same time, I would understand if she didn't, and I'd be like, okay, that's right up her alley, just getting attention. And the same thing with this new idea about Kanye going to rehab or whatever he's going to, into therapy. I think that's also a ploy to get people to pay more attention to them, but it's also, he's kind of trying to save his career. He's said a lot of weird things. He wants to reinvent himself. He comes out of therapy, and he stops all the antics, and then people are like, okay, we have Kanye back again, and he gets to start over basically. But it's killing two birds with one stone, And I've also heard, I don't know if it's true, is that they're gonna stop filming their show for a season as well. So I don't know exactly what that's about, but again, it makes headlines, and it also promotes a little bit of scarcity, because now you don't know what's going to happen next, and you don't get as much of them as you need, you know what I mean, as you're used to, I should say, because nobody really needs to watch the show. But use getting attention in your own life. Like, get attention for your business. Put yourself out there. Whatever it takes. Study what is grabbing people's attention now, like in other fields. Whatever anybody else is doing, try to see how you can do it yourself. That goes with the whole, like, every few weeks there's a new challenge. Where they're dumping ice water on their heads, or if they're doing whatever. And a lot of people, another thing about the ice challenge, the ice bucket challenge, most of the time it's not, people aren't even dumping ice. It's just like a bucket of water with a little bit of ice in there. You know what I mean? Like, they don't even take the time out to really go and get a bucket of ice. But they get the attention, you know what I mean? So with these things, like, maybe you need to go ahead, even though they're really stupid, even though they're annoying, you should participate in these challenges. Just something to think about.